Today marks 1755th day of day lessons, day reflections. And today I want to think about one word specifically, that is fairness. And fairness is such a unique word, is that so many years of my life, I believe that fairness is a value. I truly believe that fairness is a good thing to have. And I thought, okay, what is fair? What is fair? And I realized recently, only this year, that fairness is a not good value to have. Because most good things in life doesn't come from fairness. Sometimes things is very unfair, and life is always unfair. And I think that when you believe that in life supposed to be fair, you live in delusion. And I live that in delusion, so I know that 100%. And I think that we're supposed to seek beyond fairness. And today we'll share like why fairness is such a low standard. Because we need to understand. And tomorrow I'll focus more on what are the better things to focus on than fairness. But today focus on why is fairness as not as good as I thought for majority of my life. So number one is fairness is transactional. So that means you acted a certain way with me, this is how I will act with you as well. And it's very transactional. One person did that something, another person will do this as well. And I think that when you really look into the really giving as a leader, you initiate. You don't wait someone else to do certain things to act in a certain way. You act in according of your own beliefs, your own values, your own understanding of your own maturity, not waiting for someone else to act certain way. In person, maybe didn't act with you certain way how you wanted them to act, and now you are changing your behavior because they changed. Because it's not fair that you will add more value because they don't give something. And again, this is not level of a leader. Because character shows that you're able to do certain things to other people who are not able to give it to you. And that's the leadership. That's the beautiful thing. Number two, fairness depends on your definition of fair. So it means when you really have an agreement with someone, a contract or a relation with somebody, that means that fairness might have different definition. What is fair? And it might be that when one person's like, it's fair for me to believe that you will do this one and this one and this one and this one, and based on my understanding, this is what is fair for you to do. And the other person said, based on my understanding, this is unfair. So that means that two people have value of fairness. Like I believe in fairness and I believe in fairness, but they could have massive misunderstanding what is fairness for them because they have different understanding for their subjective understanding of fairness in that particular situation. And that's why fairness is not a good measure. Because one person's like, this is your responsibility. Other person says, no, no, it's your responsibility. It's fair that you will do this one because based on my things that I do, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. It is fair for you to focus on that. And again, this is not a great place to be in fairness. Number three, fairness can justify mediocrity. So that means that the person said that okay, like if like for example, like someone is taking a break during work and they don't do such a good job at work and they don't grow and they work as much. And now I said that it's not fair for me to do my work when they are taking a break. So if fairness is such a bad, terrible place to be in because now you potentially fall in mediocrity as well. You take a breaks that you're not supposed to, when potentially you can allocate that time to get ahead, to develop, to improve, to ask manager for extra work, to that is coming from above your level to really develop understanding of certain things because that is one of the best ways to shadow your manager, shadow the person who is above you to learn from them. And while they're taking a break, you are growing, improving. At some point, you are really giving activities for them because you didn't take a break. You didn't focus on mediocrity. You didn't look into what is fair for you right now because fairness sometimes could lead you to mediocrity because sometimes you compare yourself with the wrong people. Number four, fairness focuses on comparison. And this again, you compare yourself with other people. You compare that some people, and this is comparison is one of the things that really takes away the peace. It's like I will compare myself with those people. And because I said it's not fair for me to do those things, but those people not doing as well. And then sometimes it's like, why does he get more? Why this one? And I think that is not fair. Life is not fair. Sometimes people will get more. They will give us more. Maybe even you deserve more, but they get more. And it's not fair. But I think we need to measure not by fairness, and fairness is a low standard. Number five, fairness doesn't require courage because it's fairness is most times it's very very easy. Someone did it, you did it again. The same thing. It's there's because sometimes when you really need to do something difficult, it's not fair. It's not fair that you need to really do difficult thing. It's not fair that you go and really start a conversation because like so I initiate conversation with this person for 5 times in a row and this person never initiates conversation. It's not fair. So that means you need to courage. It requires courage. But fairness doesn't require courage. Fairness leads to stagnation, stillness, and that the healthy one. And that's why fairness is not a great place to be in. Number six is fairness doesn't necessarily produce goodness. So it means that when you look into leaders, they initiate things. They don't look what is fair. Because for them, it's not fair that they need to allocate so much time to develop, to improve, to grow. And so, like, it's not fair that I need to allocate my weekends to develop growth while they are doing some barbecues, playing games. Why is not fair, maybe? But the leader will say that I want to produce goodness. And because I want to produce goodness, that means I will do things that is not fair to me. But in general, when I look into what that will lead to fulfillment, to joy, to bliss, I'm choosing to do that because it's important for me within other values rather than fairness. Because fairness is not a great place to be in. Because if someone treats you badly, coldly, resentfully, with unforgiving, that means potentially we say like I will treat the same people the same way, and that doesn't require any courage. It's fair. If someone is acting to you rudely, it's fair for you to act rudely back. But that's not how a true leader acts, and I think that we need to learn that. Number seven, and last one is that fairness is often about getting what you deserve. And really high started asking what kind of person I'm becoming. Because sometimes we can say that what I deserve. And it's one thing that I found that is that I go to gym to exercise and I was like, I deserve to eat a cake. I deserve to do that. But I think that I do that as well, so I'm guilty. But I think that's when you really exercise and you do the right thing, I say that I deserve to really take something that is actually beneficial for me because I showed love to myself. I showed self respect to myself. Now maybe it's time to really show that who I'm becoming by choosing even reward that is healthy for me, that is beneficial for me. And we can ask, like, what kind of luxury you think, health wise, spiritual wise, mental wise, emotional wise, could I do to really celebrate my win? Rather than going after cakes and some binging or some bad behaviors, maybe that's I deserve to really allocate more to myself. Because sometimes it's fair that you allocate to eat cake. That's a fair because you allocate your time so much, you work so hard. But I think that true thing is who you're becoming when you really take those actions and then really choosing your benefit or joy based on your future self that you are becoming, and that's a beautiful thing. And tomorrow will share more about the hierarchy of standards. And today I discussed that fairness is very, very low standards. And again, this is a beautiful lesson because I learned this lesson just this year. I really wanted to always connect with people and do business with people in a fair way. I really wanted to do that. But I realized this year, and I remember who really taught this lesson. But this is such a beautiful lesson that fairness is one of the lowest standards of all, including relationships. Because sometimes different person goes for different seasons, and so one person will be able to add more than other. Because sometimes like, oh, I'm giving so much, I put effort, and it's not fair for me to put so much effort. And I think if you look at that, that relationship will fall apart. But when you realize, okay, my responsibility is to give as much as I can right now, it might be that other person is not able to do that, and being able to realize that, and not looking for fairness, but looking for other things, and to tomorrow focus on the hierarchy of standards. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I hope you reflected because that's a big realization for me, and I hope that it helps you to really make choices, different kind of choices. Because now, when you make your choices not based on fairness but on higher standards, things start to change. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.